The modern game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a strategic trading card game that combines elements of strategy, deck building, and intense dueling, which has evolved significantly since its inception, incorporating new mechanics, card types, and rule changes. The modern game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not only about strategy, but it's also about creativity, deck innovation, and adapting to an ever-changing metagame. At times, these innovations come in the form of cards with effects overlooked at first, until they resurface with no intentions but to get an easy win over your opponent. But what if Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a restart? Could this game be revised with the benefit of hindsight? If so, what would the game look like? These are the questions I wish to answer. Join Cody and myself as we create custom packs based on the originals, but change certain rarities of cards as well as eliminating others to make sure their toxic behavior never see a game mat. Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Revision Series. How's it going, everybody? We're back again with another episode of Revision. Like always, I'm joined here with my host, Cody. How are you doing today?
Oh, fine on a Monday morning.
Before we go over the card list, just want to say, if you like the video, like, comment down below. Helps us out a lot. We are a smaller channel, so anything that you guys can do helps us greatly, and we do really appreciate it. Also, if you like the video, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with more content just like this. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the card by card. So this is a bit of a special episode for me and Cody. We got tired of doing the single packs that are only consisting of 20 cards. And with the next two packs, we realized that there was more than 20 cards that we wanted from each pack. So we decided to do a combination of both.
So we combined Strike of Neos and what's the other one? I forget.
Force of the Breaker.
There we go.
Yeah, it is a fairly forgettable title.
Yeah, we have Strike of Breaker. Yes.
So yes, again for this episode, we are combining two packs. We combined Strike of Neos and Force of the Breaker. Doing it this way, it allowed us to make a 100 card pack instead. It is going to be harder to get certain cards, and even with the lower rarity cards, with it being 100 cards, it also means that we also might not even get play sets of stuff.
This is our first time doing a big set like this since the Duel Monsters era.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as we entered GX, it's always been 20 cards.
What they're doing.
Yeah, Konami was slacking.
Kind of a speed run us right into the 5Ds era.
Yes, especially with the last two packs being pretty broken.
Synchros are coming, baby. I'm gonna have to start getting good.
I have to start watching progression.
Totally haven't been trying this whole time.
So for the secret rares, we have the Sky Scourge Neuralis. Currently seeing some play right now in Edison format for some like Light Sworn / Dark builds of deck variants. We also have the Great Shogun Shion, essentially the big boss monster for 6 samurais. Not going to cover all the ultras, maybe just some of the more significant ones. We have the Mist Archfiend, a level 5 that allows to normal summon itself. Probably won't be too relevant right now, but maybe when we start getting into XCs, we'll start seeing this card a lot more. We have Advanced Ritual Art, being able to ritual summon a monster from your hand by sending normal monsters from your deck. And then we also have the Volcanic Boss Monster and Volcanic Doomfire, being able to special summon itself by sending a Tri-Blaze Accelerator from your field to the grave. For some of our super rares, we finally have the introduction of DD Crow, hand trap, finally. It's no Bestial, but it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
We also have the Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, being able to special summon itself if you control a 6 Samurai. We have a new Dark World card in Dark World Dealings. Both players draw 1 card, and then both players discard 1 card. We are also finally getting Ryza, the Storm Monarch, probably the most popular. The second most popular, behind Caius. But we don't have Caius yet. For the rare sections, we are getting an introduction to some new Searcher cards. We have one that searches the Sanctuary in the Sky, one that searches Necro Valley, one that searches Pandemonium. We have the Harpy Queen that searches the Harpy Field spell. We have the Warrior of Atlantis that searches a Legendary Ocean, and Captain Gold that searches Skyscraper. Finally, for the commons, we're getting introduced to the main deck normal summon 6 Samurai cards, along with the Crystal Beast cards and the Volcanic cards. And then some like other spells and traps along the way, just to give us some new tools to play with. We have 2 new ritual monsters and ritual spells to go with them. Overall, Cody, what were your thoughts about combining these two packs?
I think it made for some pretty good hauls here. We have introduction of quite a few archetypes with Crystal Beast, Six Samurai, Volcanics, some more Neospatians, some more ritual support, some good spell cards here, the field spell searchers, like you said, and some fairly impressive super rares and ultra rares. So overall, I think combining it was definitely a good call. It would have been really hard to take out a lot of these cards and narrow it down to just 40 of them in 2 episodes.
It would have been like when we got to either like Force or Breaker or whatever it was that the Crystal Beasts were in. It's like the whole pack would be all Crystal Beasts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or like the entire pack would have been like the volcanic stuff. There's just too much good stuff.
We were looking at that with Shrek and Neos. That's the one that Six Samurai came from, right?
Yes.
Because we wanted to implement that, but when you have the Six Samurai plus all the extra monsters, plus all the support cards, that alone was like 3/4 of your pack right there.
Yeah.
And there's still other cards we wanted, so we had to combine them.
Yep. And we also structured the rarities in a way to where, like, you know, obviously Pegasus is the best of the Crystal Beast cards, but I think originally it was a Ultra or a Secret in the pack.
I think it was an Ultra in the pack.
Yeah, and here we made it a rare, so it's like you still have your chance of getting maybe 2 copies of the Pegasus and still being able to build a fully functional Crystal Beast deck. Same thing for like Volcanic Rocket. Volcanic Rocket being, you know, besides the boss monster, the best rocket card.
Yeah, I think that was an Ultra too.
Yeah, without it, the deck doesn't function. Originally, it was like an ultra rare, so it's like there's no way that you're getting a playset of this card. And if you don't get the playset or anything close to a playset, well, then we're just never going to play those cards. So yeah, I think we did a pretty good job structuring the commons and the rares, especially where the kind of like boss monsters and or like the more explosive tech cards that you can splash around being in the super rares or the super rares, the ultras, and the secrets.
Oh yeah, like Volcanic's a good example of that because all the basic Volcanic cards are commons. Rocket, like you said, is a rare, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and even Blaze Accelerator is a common too, but Tri-Blaze is a super, and then Volcanic Doomfire is an ultra. So you can play Volcanics, but to get full use out of them, you'd have to get the higher rarities. So it's nice to have the lower cards still.
Because if anything, you could probably still subsidize certain cards if you're trying to play Volcanic. So you got a playset of all the lower rarity stuff, but you did not get the Doomfire. Well, I mean, you could still do Tri-Blaze Accelerator to keep popping your opponent's monsters and filling up your graveyard, doing stuff like that.
Or, you know, even if like, even not to potentially spoil this deck for you, but you know, even if you didn't get, say you didn't get Tri-Blaze Accelerator, now you can't summon Volcanic Doomfire, you can make an attempt at trying to make Blaze Accelerator work in the Pyro Fire deck.
Yeah.
There's ways to work around it if you don't get the higher rarities.
Well, I'm excited to see what you have constructed for this. You ready to get into the games?
Oh, you better believe it, buddy.
All right, let's do it.
Guys, we are back for revision. Now I know it's been about 2 months since I've had a win in revision series, but me being the experimental duelist that I am, I figured, you know what, there's some new cards in this set that can make me kind of run a chaos build, but not quite play chaos. So, you know, I've got some dark worlds in here, I've got some light monsters, and I've got a scourge of a monster to set everything ablaze. Let's get into this stuff. So I'm playing Dark Worlds, okay? It's the main engine in this deck. I've got 3 copies of Beige. If he's discarded by a card effect, I can special summon him. 3 copies of Bro.
Check this out, bro.
Brow? Whatever. If he's discarded by card effect, I can draw a card, or if it was by an opponent's card effect, I can draw 2 cards. And then 3 copies of Brawn, so when he inflicts battle damage, I can discard a card. For some bigger, beefier Dark Worlds, I have 1 copy of Gold. So if he's discarded by an opponent's card effect, I can target up to 2 monsters that my opponent controls, special summon this card, and then destroy those targets. 2 copies of a new monster, Rainbow, Overlord of Dark World. So if it was discarded by an opponent's card effect, I can special summon this card from the graveyard, and if it's summoned this way, I can destroy all monsters that he controls or all spell and traps he controls. 3 copies of Silva, Warlord of Dark World. So this is discarded from my hand by an opponent's card effect. The opponent places exactly 2 cards from their hand on the bottom of the deck in any order. And to round out all this dark, depressing monsters, I have some majestic mechs, some light fairies to round us out. YuGiOh and Oka, you've seen them before in plenty of my decks. They're light fairies that can summon with 0 or 1 tributes, but they go to the graveyard during the end phase. However, that plays exactly into the Scourge I was talking about. New card, I pulled 2 secret rares, Sky Scourge Norler Ass. I don't know how you actually say it. So it can't be normal summoned or set. It can only be special summoned by removing from play 1 light fairy type monster, which the majestic mechs are, and 3 dark fiend type monsters, which all the dark worlds are. And when he's on the field, I can pay 1,000 life points to send all cards on the field, including him, and in both players' hands to the graveyard, then draw 1 card. So if I can pull this off, this could totally reset a game. Might screw me over. I've had board wipes do that before. I've got 1 copy of Bait Doll in the main deck. Couldn't find room for the rest of them, but they are in the side deck. Dark World Dealings, another new card for me here. Each player draws 1 card, then each player discards 1 card. Dark World Lightning, I can target a set card on the field, destroy it, and then discard a card. Gateway to the Dark World, this is a quick play. I can target a Dark World monster in my graveyard, special summon it, and then I can't summon monsters the rest of the turn, but I can normal set. Heavy Storm for some back row removal. Dark Deal, Dakota used to tell me before to a pretty decent effect. It's when your opponent activates a normal spell card, I can pay 1,000 life points, and that spell's effect becomes your opponent discards a random card, which goes into the bigger, beefier Dark World monsters that require the opponent to discard my card. Force Back to get rid of some monsters that he normal summons or sets. Karma Cut to get rid of monsters and banish them, and Phoenix Wing Wind Blast to get rid of any card I want and put it in the back or top of his deck. So into the side deck, because I'm running lights and darks, I have BLS, you know how he is. I also have another Sky Scourge, Invisil. This was a tribute summonable monster, and if I tribute him with it by using a light fairy, I can negate all effects of spell cards. If I tribute him using a dark fiend, I can negate all effects of trap cards. My 2 Bait Dolls, Brain Control to remove a monster from his field, take control of it for a turn, and the Controller to just stop attacks primarily. Monster Reborn for namesake. 3 copies of Offerings to the Doom, Mirror Force for some monster removal, and Raigeki Break lastly for some extra discard card removal, back row or monster. So yeah, I've got a ton of Dark Worlds, I've got some Light Fairies, and I've got some Scourge monsters to bust ass, and I don't know where I'm going here. This could be really good, it could be really bad depending on what he brings. I'm excited to see what this can do, and let's just get out there and let's hopefully win one.
All right, guys, we're back with another episode of Revision, and I've been having quite a bit of fun diving back into the well, trying out some older strategies with some newer cards, seeing how they handle up or how they upkeep with the modern game, and decided to do it again for this one. So for today's episode, I decided to bring back water. Pretty much the whole reason for me to trying this out is because I actually got a playset of a new card that allows me to search the legendary ocean. So for the card by card, we're playing 1 Amphibian Beast. If I have the Legendary Ocean, I can just normal summon this card without a tribute, and then it will have 2,600 attack. Same thing with the YuGiOh and the Terra King Salmon. Once I have Ocean on the field, these all become normal summon huge beaters. Next, we have the Warrior of Atlantis. I can discard this card from my hand, search the Legendary Ocean. And also, if I have this with the Legendary Ocean, it's actually quite beefy, being at 2,100 attack. Next, we have the Aqua Spirit. I can just banish a water to special summon this card. Another card I haven't played in a while is Tribe Infecting Virus. I can discard 1 card from my hand, declare a monster type, and destroy all monsters that are of that type. So this card could be a potential board wipe, but it's also water, so it actually gets buffed from the ocean. Next, we have some additional tech cards with the Yami ship. I can just set this card, have Cody run into it, and destroy that monster that killed it. We're playing the 3 copies of Bugroth. If I have Ocean on the field, this card can attack directly. We also have 1 copy of Gale Lizard. If it's flipped, I can target 1 monster my opponent controls, return it to the hand. We also have Gora Turtle. So I kind of threw in this as a joke. I don't know if the effect's actually going to be relevant or not, but you never know. But it has a face-up effect where monsters with 19 or more attack cannot declare an attack. So I have to actually watch out for this as well. If I have a big beater on the field with this, my big beater cannot attack, but it could also slow Cody down a little bit. For the final monster, we have one copy of Zhao's The Dark Demise. When it's flipped, I get to steal a monster for the rest of the turn. For our spells, we have 3 copies of Legendary Ocean. This paired up with the Warrior of Atlantis, I essentially have 6 copies of this card. We have one Monster Reborn, a brand new card to my collection that I was able to craft from the last episode. One copy of Instant Fusion. I do have 2 targets for this. One probably won't ever come up, but I get to play Thousand Eyes with this, which is actually quite a annoying card. We have 1 copy of Heavy just to remove back row, 3 Bait Doll. I think Cody's starting to see how efficient the back row cards are, so I want to have answers to those cards before I commit to the board. 3 Offerings of the Doom for monster removal, as well with the Compulse, the Ring, and the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. We're also doing the 2 copies of Force Back and 1 Judgment of Anubis to keep my back row protected. For the side deck, we're playing 3 copies of System Down. Cody does have a good collection of machine cards and does have the Cyber Dragon monsters to fusion summon, so I figured just in case he does make that deck, I want to have an answer for that. 1 creature swap. A lot of my monsters aren't too crazy. They're either like the big normal vanilla, but they're beaters, or like the monsters themselves don't have like very powerful effects. So just in case he gets a powerful card on the field, I can just switch control of it. Next, we're doing a slight burn engine going on in here, just in case if he's playing like a stall strategy, I could probably just win that out with playing continuous burn effects. So 2 copies of Wave Motion Cannon, along with 3 copies of Pure Mermaid. During my standby phase, I gain 800 life points, 3 copies of Secret Barrel with 1 Ojama Trio, and finally 2 copies of Fire Princess. Each time I gain life points, my opponent loses 500. So this works up pretty well with the Pure Mermaid. If I have both of these on the field, as soon as I gain, he gets burned. And then finally, we're finally doing a extra deck. I have 1 Deep Sea Shark. With Instant Fusion, I can make this, but it can't attack and it dies at the end phase. But if I don't make the Thousand Eyes, I can always just, you know, use Instant Fusion, make this, tribute over it for one of the bigger monsters. But the main reason of playing Instant Fusion is for Thousand Eyes. So I get to bring this out to the field and then target one of his monsters and equip it to this card. And so if he has a problematic monster on the board, I can just steal it, get it out of the way. And then Thousand Eyes will die at the end phase, taking the monster with him. So yeah, that's the deck profile. I've had fun playing water before in the past. Even Cody's had success with it in the past, and I just wanted to see if a strategy like this will hold up. And if anything, the strategy did get better just because of the inclusion of Atlantis being able to search the legendary ocean. Cody and I don't really have access to field spell searchers since we both missed our chance on terraforming, but with this new set we have a bunch of field spell searchers. So I think that adds another level to a lot of different strategies. That's the deck. Let's just see how this goes. All right, bud, here we are. Game 1, Strike of the Breaker. How you feeling about your polls?
Pretty decent. I was able to whip something up, no problem.
Yeah, again, it's been a long time since we had 100 cards to play from. So yeah, we have quite a diversity from this one.
Mm-hmm.
Take a spin off the lucky die.
I've already selected. Oh, you got
lucky.
Lucky die.
I think I'll take second for this one.
Okay. Giving me the setup. Standby 2 main.
Sure.
Set 1. Okay. Normal summon. Brawn.
Oh,
Mad King of Dark World.
man.
I will then pass my turn to you, buddy.
All right, I will draw. Standby 2 main.
That is fun.
Let's set 1. Set 2.
Okay.
And I will pass it back.
Okay. You like to see it. Standby 2 main.
Sure.
I'm going to activate Dark World Dealings.
No response.
All right. Draw your card.
What to discard here?
I'm going to discard Beige, which will activate its effect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then I'm going to summon Majestic Mech Oka. All right.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to go battle. I'm going to swing in with Oka for 24.
I'll activate Offering.
All right. What's your target?
The Oka.
Okay. Okay. I will swing in with Brawn.
I'll take it.
Okay. And then I can discard a card. However, I will not.
All right.
Then I will swing in with Beige.
I'll take it.
Okay. In phase 2?
Sure.
I have a set. I have a pass.
I don't have a draw. We'll go standby domain.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and
Oh, he's viewing the graveyard already.
we'll banish
Ooh.
this. I'll special that.
Oh, is that what you discarded? I didn't even see that.
I did discard that.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty
You're
cool, huh?
playing water.
Let's go ahead and we'll activate for the first time ever instant fusion.
Okay.
All good?
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and special.
Is it what
1,000
it
eyes.
It is. Okay.
I'll declare the effect and I'll take this guy.
I'm going to activate in response. Phoenix Swing Wind Blast.
Okay.
Targeting 1,000 Eyes.
Discard.
Discarding Oka.
Okay. Put this back to the extra deck.
That got scary for a second.
The 1,000
Man.
eyes jump scare.
I knew it. Like this, the first duel. I was like, I now gotta watch out for 1,000 Eyes, and pulled it out. You bitch.
Let's go ahead and set a card.
Okay.
And I'll pass it back to you.
All right. Stand by 2 main. Okay.
Stand by. I'll activate the effect, and we'll switch this
Hey,
to
what are you
defense.
changing? All right. Okay. The main phase then.
Sure.
Okay. So nothing too out of the ordinary here. You're clearly playing water. I think for now, I'll just go battle phase.
Sure.
I will swing at your set with Beige.
That is Yami ship, and it will pop this.
Okay. To the grave with ye. I guess I'll end my turn then.
I will draw. Go standby to main. Let's just go into battle.
Yep.
All right. I'll go main phase 2. Got a back row.
All right. Stand by 2 main.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'm chilling.
Yes. Like to see it. Go standby to main.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and we'll activate the Warrior of Atlantis.
Okay.
All right. I will
That's
get my
fine.
search on. We'll get the Legendary Ocean.
Didn't take too long, did you?
We'll activate the
It's
ocean.
like you had it all figured out. Okay, so you're now buffed to 1,800.
That is correct. And I'm going to go battle with it. And I'll just pass it back to you.
Okay. Stand by 2 main.
Yep.
I'm chilling.
We stand by to main.
Fine.
Let's activate Fate Doll.
That is not fine.
Yes. No, that doesn't go to grave. I forgot. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I'm really getting that shuffle on there.
Yeah.
You need me to cut it too, or?
I want a nice shuffle. From there, let's go ahead and normal summon Giga Gaga Gigo.
Yep.
Go battle. We'll hit you for 18 and 2650.
650. Suddenly, the tides have turned. That is a water joke. You are allowed to take that to the bank. Stand by 2 main.
That's all fine.
Got a set. I've got a pass.
All right, I got a draw. Go standby to main.
Mm-hmm.
I guess battle. 18.
You've activated my trap card. It
What?
lets me into the feet.
Jeez Louise.
Game 2.
Game 2.
Game 2. What do I want to do here? This decision could make or break this episode.
Either take the setup or card advantage.
I'll take setup.
All right. Hopefully you have better luck this time.
Yeah. All right. Stand by 2 main. I'm gonna get a quick set 2, and then I'm gonna pass.
All right. I will draw. Go standby to main. Go ahead and we'll activate Fate Doll. Go for this one.
What is your target? That is not fine.
Cool. Next, let's go ahead and we'll activate a legendary ocean. And let's go ahead and normal summon the Warrior of Atlantis.
Okay.
Battle.
Alright.
21.
I am going to activate a card. Karma Cut.
Okay.
So I will discard a card. It'll be my beige to target your monster.
Sure. I'll just pass the turn then.
Okay. Stand by to main. I guess I don't really have much else of a choice. I'm gonna activate Gateway to the Dark World, targeting my beige.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna go right to battle phase, and I'm going to attack.
I'll take it.
Okay. I will proceed end phase.
I will draw. We'll go standby to main.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and
Water beat down. Water beat down.
I'll set one. And I'll set two. Back to you.
Okay. Interesting. Stand by to main.
Sure.
I'm gonna activate Dark World Lightning, targeting your set back row. Pitch.
Thinking.
You have response.
I'll chain it. I'll target.
Okay, so kaboom. That's cost.
That's not cost. It's all part of card effect.
Okay. Well, so I get to draw a card then off of brow.
We're out, yeah.
Whatever the hell you call it.
Bro.
I guess I'm just gonna set pass.
Standby to main.
Mm-hmm.
Well, might as well try for it. I'm gonna flip my Gora turtle. Look at him, he's so cute.
Wow.
Go battle, and I'll hit you for 13.
Okay.
In phase 2, I'll set one. Back to you.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Stand by to main.
Sure. Resorted to Gora turtle beatdown.
Hey, if it works. You did that the one week. You were beating me down with a card that had like 800 attack.
What was that?
I forget. I wasn't drawing monsters, so you just kept beating me down with that card.
Was that like Rogue Doll? Remember when I had like
Rogue Doll?
I remember there was like an episode like really early on where I had like a Rogue Doll and it just stayed on the field for the longest time.
Yeah. This wasn't that. This was like midway through the series so far.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah. I'm chilling.
All right. I will draw. Standby to main.
Fun.
I'll normal summon Pure Mermaid.
We're bringing that back.
Yeah. We'll go battle. Let's try
Okay.
17. Does he have
I'm
an
gonna
answer?
activate Wing
Ooh.
Blast.
Sure.
So for cost, I'm gonna send Dark Deal.
Ticket. The mermaid has to go.
No, I'm gonna go for a gamble. I'm gonna target your ocean.
Oh, okay. All right, so 15 instead.
15 and 11, I'm assuming.
And 11.
There it is.
In phase 2.
Yep. I fucking knew it. All right.
Yeah.
Stand by main.
It was funny because my opening hand consisted of 2 a legendary ocean and a warrior of Atlantis. So it's like, I don't even have to search it.
Man, yeah, because there's access to all 3 of your copies right there, unless you're only running 2. But all right, well, that's all I have. Dark World Lightning.
All right. Yep, that goes through. My jow.
Over to you.
I wonder what my draw is.
And if you top deck a monster, it's basically game over.
During the standby phase, Mermaid will activate. I'll gain 8. And I'll go...
He top deck a monster.
No.
Ooh,
17.
he did not.
Yeah, you know what my top deck is.
I get one more turn.
I'm gonna say you stacked my deck.
Oh yeah. Forgot.
If only I could stack a legendary ocean.
Yeah, really.
And I'll pass it back.
Okay, draw of destiny.
Does it work?
No.
Do you live?
No.
Oh.
A normal summon Oka. I can't attack, so pass turn. Oka goes. Bye bye. Your move.
Wait, why can't you attack? Oh, because it's too big.
Because
Gora
of
turtle!
turtle.
Let's
Gora
go!
turtle.
Dude, I put that in as a joke. I didn't think the effect
I mean,
was actually going to come up.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway, because even if I destroyed one of your monsters, Gora Turtle alone had enough to kill me, even without the buff.
True.
So you had game there on that draw anyway.
Yeah, we'll
Look
go
at that.
battle
Bringing
and...
all your life points back. Like I didn't even do a fucking thing this duel. I didn't even take the right amount of life points. Let me fix that. Let's add 200 to that total.
Holy shit.
I lost 0 life points.
Gora Turtle, man. Let's go.
God damn. So Dark World sucks.
For right now, yeah. It just doesn't have enough tools.
I'll do it for you.
Oh,
40.
Okay. Maybe I was leaving him there
So
to
what's
be
your
a highlight.
what's your second extra deck card? Do you have 2,000 eyes?
No, I don't.
Okay.
This was just in case I didn't want to go into Thousand Eyes. I don't know why I wouldn't.
For instant fusion.
Yeah, it's just a secondary target, but it's the deep sea shark.
I mean, yeah, it's a water, but it can't attack. So
Yeah, I just picked it just because.
Yeah.
Just because of the legendary ocean. But I have like other targets for it.
Bringing back Tribe Infecting Virus. Fuck that card.
Hell yeah, dude.
I forgot about that card. It's been so long since you played that.
Yeah, I thought since I wanted to play water again because of Warrior Atlantis, I got a playset of Atlantis. I already have a playset of Legendary Ocean, so essentially I have 6 copies of that card. With having 6 copies, I was also playing the 3 of the Salmon, 1 of the Amphibian Beast, and 1 YuGiOh.
Yeah.
And then just filling up the rest of it with water. And I was like, you know what? The best water that I have by far is Tribe Infecting Virus, so why not?
I mean, even alone, if you can keep my high monsters off the board, YuGiOh and Terror King Salmon can easily win you the game there.
Yeah.
Just on beat down alone.
But you know, some other
combine that with like Tribe Infecting Virus or Gora Turtle, and yeah, you kind of got it made there.
Yeah. Didn't know what you were going to be bringing, but yeah, I put in the turtle just as like a joke, like maybe the effect will come up, but most likely not. But then I also have the ability to fall under the turtle as well, because it's just all monsters, not just yours.
Yeah.
But there is potential to get this and ocean, and if it locks you out, I could also get the bug roth, and the bug roth would have 17, so I could just keep attacking you.
Attack directly, yeah.
Yeah.
Good strat.
The Cure Mermaid was a side deck card. I had like 2 or 3 copies of that with the Fire Princess, bringing that thing back again.
Yeah, that strategy back.
Yeah. With like some additional burn cards. I also had side deck System Down, just in case you were playing machines, along with like some other like burn cards. I had like Secret Barrel in there and Wave Motion.
Yeah, no, I was playing straight up Dark World with enough support to play some Sky Scourge.
Yeah, you got the new Rainbow, and you got the Sky Scourge. You got the secret.
I got 2 Sky Scourge.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I got 2 secrets. They're both him.
Man.
So I was like, I saw that, and with how many Dark Worlds I had, and I was like, oh, I need like a Light Fairy to play. And what can I play? It's Light Fairy, Majestic Mechs. Yeah. And they put themselves in the graveyard anyway. So
yeah,
I was like, that could work, and it would have worked. That's what I said I misplayed game 1. I had a 1 tribute Dark World monster in my hand. I think I might have sided him out. It was the gold one, whatever his name is.
Yeah, there's gold and then there's Silva.
Yeah, I had gold in my hand, and I was gonna summon him when you switched Brawn to defense. I was gonna sack off Brawn and put him on the field, but I decided against it, and I realized I should have, because when you cleared my field, if I had put Brawn in the graveyard through a sack, I would have had enough monsters in the graveyard to summon Sky Scourge, who was in my hand.
Yeah.
And then I could have board wiped and hand wiped.
Yeah, because at that time, I think all I had was the YuGiOh. So pretty much I was waiting on Ocean to save me so I could just normal summon him.
That's what I'm saying.
That could have saved me.
If I would have done that, and I would have resolved Sky Scourge, because I forget if you had anything back row set, but if I would have done that resolved Sky Scourge, game 1 could have been totally different.
No, I didn't have any back row. At that time, it was the Aqua Spirit and the Yami ship. I actually was even thinking in that turn if it was worth like tributing off the Aqua Spirit to get the YuGiOh onto the field. But I think you had 1 additional back row at the time. I didn't really know what it was going to be, but I didn't want to run into it.
What did I have? Oh yeah, I had Force back set, I think.
So like my idea behind it was just, you know, The Aqua Spirit will at least keep the Mad King at bay. You could crash with the beige, but at least I still got you to lose a card as well. Or if you attack the Yami ship, then you're just losing a card anyways. So I settled with the, you know, stall for a turn versus the aggressive push with the YuGiOh.
Yeah, I should have been a bit more aggressive game 1, but I don't think there was much I could do game 2. I wasn't getting the best draws.
Well, you at least had the right answer when it came to being able to app the instant fusion. It would have been cool if I actually got like full effect out of that card, because that was the initial play, was to steal your monster and then tribute the 1,000 eyes for the YuGiOh, and then I could go all, you know, regalian on you.
And that's why I set 2. I set was it Phoenix Wing and Karma Cut? I think I had set.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I was like, he's probably he could out one of them, because I knew you were running bait doll. I was like, you could out one of them, but as long as you out one of them, I can still use either one on any monster you bring out.
All right, so we're back finally. Here we are, the loser's wheel. Give it a nice spin here. What are you hoping to land on?
You know what? I have the pack open. Did you spin it yet?
I did.
Don't tell me yet. Definitely not craft a common. You know, I'm looking at the camera now because, you know, I don't know what it's on.
Yeah.
Probably not a rare either. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 rares I would take. Honestly, I'd prefer a super above anything, but the likelihood of that happening, or 3 packs, super or 3 packs, but the likelihood is 50%. So what I do? It's a common.
Craft a common.
God damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to make you feel like shit.
Oh, okay.
It's a super.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I gotta figure out what super I want. Oh, definitely Air Neos.
The forbidden card. Well, while you're scrolling at your potential picks, I'm gonna switch it over. I'm gonna take a spin of the winner's wheel. While you're
do not have
around.
a DD Crow. I don't have a DD Crow.
No fucking way. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. No, you son of a bitch.
What happened? Was it gonna hit secret?
Yes.
Oh, what'd you get instead?
3 current pack.
It's not bad. But it doesn't mean you missed your Shogun.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted the Shogun because I'll tell you again right now. I also did not land on the Grandmaster. So it's like if I were to play 6 Samurais, it's going to be like all the supporting cards around it besides Grandmaster and Shogun.
Yeah.
But eventually we'll get the gateway cards, even if we actually end up pulling those cards. I don't know what pack it was that those were introduced in, but yeah, and then eventually we get like the synchro monster for them. But yeah, the fact that I didn't get any secrets from this pack, it would have just been nice to you know, get a chance with one of them. And I'm familiar with some cards in the next pack, but yeah, me and you are gonna have to work on what those cards are gonna be. All right, that's going to bring an end to this episode. Thanks again for watching. Again, if you liked the video, like, comment down below. We want to see your feedback. We will reply. Also, if you like the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. We are a smaller channel, so anything you guys can do will help us out, and we greatly appreciate it. Cody, closing thoughts?
Yep. I tried to pull something out of my ass, and now I'm alone in this cold, dark world.
I left you in the bottom of the ocean.
It is dark at the bottom of the ocean, so.
It is dark and cold.
Yeah, I see a light in the distance. Should I go to it? There's a little submarine down here. It looks like it exploded.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.